dear members of the Board of Trustees, Presidente Elsner, honored faculty, esteemed guests, proud families, and fellow graduates. What a fantastic day to celebrate the hard work of this marvelous class of 2025. Throughout my time at Marian University, I often heard the words change, transition, and development. Sometimes it felt like we were being compared to a train, a ship, maybe even a rocket. Though on some days, a roller coaster might have been more accurate. But these words were not just about our school and property, they were about us. They capture our journey as students, professionals in the making, and evolving human beings. Today we stand at the edge of yet another change, not just in our own lives, but in the world we're about to serve. And so I want to take us to an unexpected but fitting metaphor: the estuary, a place where salt water and fresh water meet, where ecosystems mix, and where, despite the occasional smell and strange mud, life thrives. If you've ever been to the coast and thought, is that the scent of natural wonder, or just last night clam chowder gone wrong, you may have been near an estuary. See, estuaries are called the nurseries of the sea. Not just because life begins there, but because they show us how resilience is born in dynamic, uncertain, ever-changing conditions, much like our experience here at Marian. There are 3 lessons from estuaries that have stuck with me, especially when I reflect during my time at Marian. First, living in harmony. In a chaotic world, and let's face it, nursing stations, hospital corridors, and classroom full of students are not exactly places of harmony. Estuaries teach us that harmony isn't about everyone being the same. It's about difference coexisting with purpose. Salt and fresh water don't blend into nothingness. They retain their uniqueness and still form a thriving ecosystem. It's like a good project where the responsible colleague or student holds it together. Kind of like the estuary, or if you prefer, like the student who actually read the articles before class. In the summer of 2021, I took a course that changed me. It was one of those classes where you can't just get through it. You are asked to grow through it. It was a course where I kept hearing Dr. Haina's phrase, hold the environment, hold the environment, hold the environment. I didn't fully get it at first, but that summer challenged me to grow into self-awareness, confront my fears, and acknowledge the ways I have failed as a leader. Not to shame myself, but to understand myself. That's what emotional capacity is all about, knowing yourself and being okay with who you are, even when you're still becoming. And that's where harmony requires not just collaboration, but compassion. In estuaries, as in life, healing and clarity come from the honest blending of forces. I hope and I pray that your time at Marian, grounded in the Franciscan values, help you to feel that harmony, especially in moments of holy chaos. Second, embracing new life. Estuaries are places of new beginnings, and so it is this moment. They are transitional zones full of competing currents. Sound familiar? Some of us are feeling thrilled, some of us are anxious, and some of us are wondering what's next. But one thing I have learned is that growth always happens in the between spaces. In a class in adaptive leadership, I was introduced to a powerful idea: leading with an open heart. At first, I thought I understood that because I was the only one with a background in theology. They used to call me the churchy guy. Leading with a sacred heart. Leading with an open heart. Yeah. But the more I sat with it, the more I realized that I am too proud of what I already know. If I hold too tight to my authoritative knowledge, I risk developing a kind of defensive arrogance. I lose access to new insights. I start reproducing the world as I already know it, instead of helping create what could be. I lose the opportunity to remain curious and inquisitive. Thus, leading with an open heart, I learned, means respecting the pain of change that we are asking others to endure. It means receiving people's frustration not as a threat, but as a sacred invitation. That's emotional capacity too. And from that capacity, new life can begin. Just like estuaries support nearly half of the country's economy, working harder than what we did during finals week, and that's saying something, we too will be called to carry a lot. But we also carry forward the ability to create, not just to cope. Third, the value of self-care. Now, I know what you're thinking. Did he just bring up self-care to a group of nursing and medical graduates? Yes, I did. Because if estuaries, those vibrant, life-giving ecosystems, are vulnerable to pollution and overuse, guess what? So are we. Leadership is not about controlling the chaos. It's about navigating it with grace, without losing yourself in the process. I had to learn that the hard way. As the first in my family to begin and now completing a doctoral degree, I put an enormous amount of pressure on myself. I felt like I had to prove something all the time. I'm graduating a couple years after my cohort started, but somewhere along the way, I had to relearn what it meant to prioritize what is essential. I had to be okay with letting go of perfection. I had to practice the kind of compassion towards myself that I've been taught to give to others. And let me tell you, my cohort and I had a saying after a class, especially with Dr. Kaufman, that a bottle of Moscato was the best therapy. Now, I'm not endorsing that as your primary coping mechanism. So please find healthier ways or healthy outlets, but at least it got us through our cohort. So let me say this clearly. Rest is not selfish. It's part of the plan. You cannot be the healing presence the world needs if you are burnout and bitter. Take care of your estuary. It's the only one that you got. As we leave this sacred space of learning and growth, we do so more than knowledge. We carry wisdom. We carry a treasure in earthen vessels. We carry the ability to meet conflict with curiosity and transition with tenderness. We are estuaries now, places where life begins, where the past and future meet, and where something new is always waiting to be born. Congratulations, class of 2025. May you move forward with the strength of rivers and the openness of oceans, ready to lead with harmony, courage, and yes, in the midst of holy chaos. Gracias.